So, big week, man. There's a lot to talk about.
Sure is.
I was impressed with Walt's fatherly skills.
Yeah.
Getting texts as
right.
he stands in line and just to drive it to New York City alone
Right.
is a big thing for Walt. But then you're standing on line with your daughter, who's now 14.
Yeah.
14.
No, she's gonna be 13 in January.
Okay, so she's only 12.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna be 13. Yeah.
Okay. And she went to see Marina and the Diamonds. I don't know how do kids find out about bands these days?
She's one of those kids that's into these like not the most popular bands.
Mm-hmm.
She finds these bands that are not
Indie bands.
Yeah, I guess if that's what you. But I guess she's a little bit more. She's not like looking at the top of the charts. The bands. Right. That's why.
Does that make you proud?
No, not at all. That's why I'm in fucking New York on some fucking side street at a like a shithole fucking club that you didn't even know was a club until it was all shuttered up when we got there. I'm like, this can't be it.
Yeah, this is a crack house.
Yeah. and then 15 minutes before the show starts, they pull down the fucking plywood, and then behind it is a place where this band played.
Now, how expensive is a ticket to Marina and the
$20?
Oh, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was like three tiers, so you could, and it's a standing room. I guess it's general admission.
What was the name of the place?
I can't remember now. But
you were
it was
promised
1,000 people deep, though.
You were promised a couch, and that did.
And it did happen. It did happen, yeah,
huh?
because you know what? There were so many people there who were young and vibrant and energetic. That nobody was sitting on those couches. I could have had all the couches to myself if I wanted them. There was about 10 of them there, and not one person was sitting on them but me.
You could have brought me, like Sunday Jeff, a couple other friends.
Yeah, we could have had a slumber party.
Old and tired. Yeah. Now, how do you get through the music? Like, do you wear headphones?
No, It was kind of like I had a hard beat. Not a hard beat, but a harder beat than I would have thought it would have had. I wouldn't say hard; it's not the proper word, but not hard. And it really wasn't that loud either. It was so at a level that wasn't really obnoxious. So much so that I nodded off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I got woken up by a security guard going like, "Are you okay, sir?" So I guess I must have thought I was on something or drinking or something because there was a bar there. I wasn't drinking though, obviously.
A bar, huh?
Yeah, there was a bar in the club.
And she doesn't bring any friends, huh? She's not like.
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, if she was like, "Hey, I'm going to go with my friend to New York with her father," I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of one of those things. Like, if she wanted to, she probably asked a friend, but I'm sure it just didn't work. You know, It's not. That's a tough. I wouldn't want her going with some strange person to
it's a lot, right, to trust somebody.
Yeah, it is.
And trust them.
Does she stand like up by the stage and dancing and into it?
No, it was like I said. It was what's it called again when it's not standing room only, but like public where you just can go.
General admission.
General admission. Right. So when we walked in, you could see that like there's no way she's going to be able to see anything on the floor.
Okay.
Everybody's filled in, so we go onto the second floor, and I find this primo spot for her on this balcony where everybody's standing.
Nice.
And they got a Barca lounger. Hurry!
I go. All right. You said I'm going over on the couch. I said, so if you need me, text me or just come over there. And not even 2 seconds, I have to get into the couch, and she comes over. She's like, "Someone pushed me out of the way." And I'm like, "What?" I go, "Yes, 2 kids came over and they kind of nudged me out of the way." And I'm like, "So I could go over there and be like, make a scene,
right?"
And I'm like, and then what she does want me to do, so I'm like, "All right, let's just go to the third floor." And I found another spot.
She's being holy. Yeah, she's a
Was
little
this
kid.
Terminal 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been there many times.
I was there. I nudged a girl out of the way.
So third floor has those couches that face the stage.
Yeah.
Is that what you were on?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You were great seats.
I couldn't really see anything. Like,
well, I mean, like she was right on that.
She could.
Yeah,
she had a great vantage point, but I had to go tell these 2 dudes who, you know, they were sitting down. They had gotten their spots, and I were 2 younger guys. They were probably in their 20s, and I said to her, "I was like, I'm going to push my way in front of them." I said, and gradually back away. I said, and then you get in the way. And so I did that. And when I told the guys started to stand up, and they were like, "Come on, man, what are you doing, old dude?
Right.
Why are you getting in my way?"
Huh?
And I turned around. And I said, "Look," I said, I'm not going to stand here and watch it, I said. But you're taller than her, I said. Just let her stand there, I said. And you can see right over her, and she's not going to get in your way. I said, and I'll move, I said. And they're like, okay, all right, no problem.
That's why you were asleep.
cool.
They knocked you out.
No. These dudes were like together. They probably weighed about 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their little skinny jeans on and their little floofy hair all to the side and everything. So
Oh boy.
I could have sneezed on them, and I would have been like, they would have been down on the first floor then.
Was the security guard like, "Sir, sleep is for the weak"?
No, the security guard was definitely intimidating when he shined his light in my face. And
Oh,
was like,
really?
Yeah. Sir, are you okay? Do you need assistance? It's like, no, I'm just tired, and I'm not here to see the
Yeah, I
show.
don't give a shit about.
Yeah, I thought I could catch a few Z. Before I could even finish my sentence, he turned around and walked away.
Yeah, that's good. So you didn't get busted.
For what?
That's,
Sleeping?
well, I mean, who knows? They might have thought like, all right, he's drunk or
He's
he's
on the
on.
nod.
He's nodding out. Most people don't fall asleep at concerts.
When you got a whole couch to yourself, you do.
Yeah. Then it
What'd you
would be
see there,
easy.
Q? Terminal 5.
Oh, I've seen lots of things there over the years.
It's a good,
the last
it's a
thing
good
I saw
place
there,
to see a venue. It's a good venue.
it's all right. It's okay if you're not on that general admission floor. The general admission floor, I won't even.
No.
You can't do it. But if you can get on those balconies, the last thing I saw there. I was at the upfronts this year. They had the Adult Swim party there, and that's where I saw Miley Cyrus played there.
She played there?
Yeah, well, they hired her to do the Adult Swim party.
Wow.
I think I talked about this on the show, and I sat on that same couch that you were on.
Oh,
that
yeah?
night.
Oh, yeah?
She was pretty good, but I've seen tons of people there. I saw Cake there. I saw Fiona Apple there a few times. I've seen, I saw like,
I forgot you love Fiona. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I've seen many people there over the years.
All right.
It's a good venue.
Yeah, but it didn't look like a real place when we pulled up. Like I said, it was all shuttered.
It is like it's on the west side.
Yeah,
by the
it
docks
looked like a
and shit
factory.
that.
You know, it's
yeah.
just
That's
like,
what makes it cool, right? That's what makes it hip.
Yeah, but it's nice inside.
yeah,
Like, it's-
I would say it was. Yeah, then
yeah.
they confiscated, because I thought I could go just bring my iPad and surf while I
Right.
was there. They confiscated my iPad, maybe pay $3 to put it in the coat check.
They banged you
And I
out.
was like, well, why can't I keep my phone, but I can't keep my iPad? And they just looked at me like, the rules.
Did you drop? You didn't try and drop comic book men on them?
That's how I advised him. I'm like, that you have to drop that prior to being in 1,000 deep person line.
Yeah.
I don't think it won't make a lick of difference. Not to these people.
No. All right. Well, yeah, my father wouldn't have done that.
My dad
No?
wouldn't have either.
At 12? No fucking way. The first concert I went to was The Who in 1982. I went
So
with
your uncle took you?
My uncle and my aunt. And there's just, and like I went to several concerts after that. I went to see Yes.
Did you ever ask Edgar, though?
I knew he'd say no.
See, I know, I understand you feel
Right.
like, but you never gave him the shot, though. You never gave him a chance to even say the no.
Right. I guess I feel bad about that now. Yeah, I feel a little guilty.
Are you cute, too? Your dad wouldn't
Well,
take
my
you to the
dad would
show?
take me to Devils games a lot, but I think that if I was like, I want to go to a concert, I'm not sure he would do that.
12-year-old Q, who was the concert you want to see?
12 years old. Oh God, I can't even remember. I didn't go to. I didn't go to my first concert.
Well,
So
you
it
were
would've been,
born?
What, the late 80s.
I was in
Michael
76. I don't know.
Hologram Michael Jackson.
With your diamond glove on? You and your dad?
Hat over his eyes.
I don't.
No?
I didn't go to my first concert till I was like in senior year of high school.
Who'd you see then?
No, I think it was Harry Connick Jr. actually.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think it was Harry Connick Jr. My buddy's brother dropped out at the last minute. He's like, "You want to go?" At the PNC, it was Harry Connick Jr. at PNC. He goes, "My brother dropped out. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "I'm not a big Harry Connick Jr. guy, but I'd never been to a concert before, so I was like, fuck it."
Had you heard the stories like about debauchery at concerts? Did you think that
No, I didn't think Harry Connick Jr. would fall into that.
even at that point at 12 you knew that it was going to be
No, I was
a
like
lame-ass
17.
show? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Wow.
But he was good. He was really good. He did a lot of standards.
What's his big song?
It Had to Be You. He's that's like he does
He
like
does, like, a lot of
Sinatra
covers,
type
right?
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, for me it was like if you had sent your daughter with like an aunt or uncle to like the Who, like the equivalent of the Who, the Clash, Santana. This
But those are stadiums. Those are nuts, right?
I'd never seen anything close to it. It was insane. People on drugs, like I said, that guy grabbing me in the bathroom. Like, just really like you think of the shit you made it through as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it yesterday. I took Sage to a bowling party. I can't remember the last time I'd been in a bowling alley, and wow, it sucked. It's just so loud and chaotic, and I start to get very like, I just can't take it. I get very like anxious and shit, and
Because of the pins?
just the noise. Then they like had this fog machine, like a smog machine, and it like makes you choke. It's like this weird smell, and they're playing every bad like Justin Bieber, Carly Rae Jepsen bullshit song you can imagine. She had a good time, you know, because she had never bowled before. But she's very arrogant. Like, she goes in there because I had showed her like some bowling shit.
You've said this before about her.
Yeah.
Talking about Sage is arrogant?
Yeah.
He said it before. Like, she thinks the rules don't apply to her. She thinks she's like,
Johnson.
Born and bred. She goes into shit like, I'm going to be number one at this, even though I've never done it before. And when she's not, will become enraged.
Oh,
You know?
really?
Yeah, but luckily, like, they had like those rails up, so like, you know, it
the
bounced
bumpers,
off a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
times. Yeah, and you know, she got a strike, picked up a couple spares.
Right.
I watched that Celebrity Bowling. I couldn't find the channel, but I did see it on YouTube, and it was like the Brady kids.
Right.
It was. I noticed two things. One, I cannot believe it passed as entertainment at any point in history.
It was shocking, right? It wasn't
so
almost really like you
boring.
can't stop watching it because it's so boring.
It was so fucking boring, and they suck. You know, like Greg was okay, but you know, like Marcia throws a gutter ball and then comes back with like, you know,
But this is it. This
little
is when they're still the Brady kids too. They're not adults yet, so they're still in there. What you recognize them as being as like that really.
yeah,
Cool.
It would have been like the later episodes. Maybe Mike was already gone. But the other thing I noticed, neither one of them were wearing bras.
Really?
It was strange. Yeah,
It was
like
the 70s, man.
I thought you said it didn't pass for
guess so.
entertainment then.
I mean, bowling wise, it didn't. You know, otherwise I was like, wow, that's really weird, man. Little titties bouncing all over and shit. It's odd to think of. Like not in a million years would you see regular TV these days.
Well, I mean, the whole concept was absolutely crazy. They didn't mic the bowlers.
right.
They didn't want them. They didn't want to get any interaction with them on air.
No.
It was just the fact
You're
that
just
like
watching them bowl.
you could be watching them like sleep, and it would be as entertaining. I think.
Yeah, it was pretty boring. And then I saw like there's it seems like universally across every bowling alley in the country, there's always one flyer on like the pin board or whatever, the cork board, where there's a guy who it's like he has cancer. Some tragedies befallen him, and they're doing a fundraiser.
Right.
There's always one guy.
But that's community looking out for their own.
It's
Isn't
weird
that good?
though, yeah. But it's just strange to me that, like, you know, you're like, okay, he's the dude. Now, you know, go to some other, and there's not a lot around anymore bowling alleys. Like this one looked like it had.
There's one on 35. I didn't know it was open. It's been open for years, but I didn't realize it was open. I just
Is that
went
the one that's set back a little bit?
by the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. How is it? Any good or?
It was so dead when we went in. Me and Alicia went, and we bowled a couple games. You know, bowling's good for that first like 15 minutes, and then it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can usually, if I'm drinking, get an hour out of it, but then I'm like, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think if unless you drink, you're just like this. Really
Did we ever did they ever talk about it on the podcast that we were on a bowling team? We're in a league, me and Brian.
No.
Yeah.
How have I never heard this story before?
Get the fuck, we have never told this on the pod.
Maybe it's not tired.
Guess what our team name was? It was me, Brian, Ed Hapstack, and then a floating floating fourth member we could never, who kept dropping out.
Knock anyone down.
I've never heard this before. You guys are a fucking bowling team.
It was one of those leagues where.
Oh, I wish I could go back in time and play.
This is how pathetic. You're not going to believe this.
I mean, you want to talk about arrogant too? Like we did something that was so fucked up.
It was in a league that where you would get pins, like you would get handicapped.
Yeah.
So like if you were playing a team that like had an average of the four bowlers that was like 250 and our average was 200, we would get 50 pins to be like a 50 pin lead.
Okay, just to be fair. Right?
Yes, and every